in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows. There's a man with a passion that everybody knows. He's got a collection that'll make you stare. Vintage pocket knives laid with tender care.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome once again to HT's EDC. Getting a little bit of a late start this morning. Had a doctor's appointment, local this time, not praise the Lord on that. Didn't have to run my 2-hour normal drive to Little Rock today. But anyway, a little behind the curve this morning on the morning video, but that's all right. Better late than never. So we are going to hop right in it. Real quick, thank you for all of the comments, and some of you that have my email or personal phone number for Michelle's, my wife, Miss T's grandmother's passing. Those were awesome. To see the love, and just wanted to tell each and every one of y'all that commented and sent prayers that we very much appreciate that. Miss T, if she was here right now, she would pop on here and say so herself. But anyway, thank you for that. All right, we are going to hop straight in. We're already running behind, so no need to belabor that anymore. So we're going to get right into a what you toting this morning. And you know how we started off. Holy Lamb pocket cross in my front left pocket. And we are in blue jeans today. So we have been out and about already. Nissan Titan truck fob. You guys have seen this before. Open sea leather wallet, minimalist. Love this thing. Starting to get some nice teeners in this thing. Taking on some nice kind of color and loving that. What else? We are still on the doing the flashlight thing to see if this is going to be a staple in my carry or not. And I have already used this thing 2 or 3, a handful of times. Since I've been toting it. Used it just a while ago. Like a knucklehead, I dropped something down, getting out of my truck in between the seats, and trying to dig that out and find it. Well, click this little booger on right here, shed a little light on the situation, and was easily retrieved what I dropped. So among other applications, I've used this several times. I get it. I definitely get it. I'm definitely not one that's going to carry a big, thick, diameter flashlight, but something like this little guy right here, I'm kind of enjoying it so far. Not saying it's here to stay, but I definitely see its usefulness. So for you guys that carry a flashlight every day, I get it. I definitely do get it. What else? The knife. Today, we are, we're rocking this, finish my thought, and ever since we did that Mount Rushmore on Spyderco the other day, I have not been able to go put this back in its case. Calm down. HT's not going. I'm not saying, oh, there he goes again. He's back to moderns. No. I've never not been, a modern fan. But the traditionals have my heart. That's where my heart is right now. But these are definitely a great change of pace. Every now and then, you just want to do a little something different. Use a pocket clip instead of a pocket slip. And this old Stretch number 2 in K390, it's giving me the love and feeling. I haven't put it back up. So like I said, it ain't went back in its case since we did that video, and we're throwing it in the pocket. I was kind of running behind. I've been running behind all morning, and instead of pairing up a traditional this morning, finding a slip that matched it or whatever, I saw this baby, pocket clip ready, threw it in my pocket and out the door. I love this thing. This is the Spyderco Stretch 2 lightweight with K390 and all the teeners on there. So yes, you can get a blade, a carbon steel teenerable blade in a modern. So there's that. All right, and today we are, first of all, we got to take a sip of the Lord's nectar, always. Cheers. So good. And today we are back on a HT. Again, you guys always know the theme, what the Lord's color is around here. We got another one today. Just recently got this in on a trade. Shout out to my main man, Jason, Jason Wise. You guys hear me talk about Brother Jason and Miss Stephanie all the time. They are dear friends of the channel, and me and old Jason did a little horse swapping, and these were, we got two. It was it a 2 for 2? Yeah, it was a 2 blade for 2 blade, and this will be the first one on my end that I got coming back to good old Eldo here. And okay, all right, we're already starting off in the right direction. Got that good old case red box, case XX. But if you turn it around here on the side, we are going to be looking at a limited edition. You guys are interested in what we got going on here. That is the model number. It is a Tony Bose design. And it looks like this thing was born on date, was the December 1st of 23. So this thing's only about 2 years old, 2 years and change. But yeah, limited edition. How limited is that? It doesn't say on the blade, which we're going to get to the blade here. You know how Case is with their limited editions. Some of those, you know, to me, this is just personal. You know, if something's more than, good grief, 2,500, and that's even a little high to me. Really more than, say, 1,000 piece run. Is that really limited? I mean, Case calls it limited. So, limited edition. And I don't know if this might be one of those 250 sets that they do. I don't know. Don't quote me to that. All I know, it says limited edition, and I'm not sure how many were made of this. So, yeah, there's that. Probably should have done more research, but honestly, I don't care. Limited, I like the knife. So, the fact that it says limited edition, okay. Anyway, here it is. Check that dude out. Huh? Come on. Beautiful red, what do they call this? Old red bone barnboard jig. Mouthful, as always. But boy, look at here, look at him. Is that not some beautiful red bone jigging? Look at that. Love it. Look how they take it all the way kind of over here. Has a little, it's really random. I mean, it's one of those, if you know, you know. They're not, you know, no straight line right down where the jigging start. It's kind of got curves and points, you know, kind of, you see what I'm talking about? I ain't making myself clear, but how the end of this jigging is not just real symmetrical, and it don't look super machined, if you know what I mean, where everything is just straight lines and perfectly symmetrical. No, I like this. I like jigging like this. So this is a perfect example. I talked about that the other day. Remember when I showed you guys that big, large Coke bottle from Rough Rider Reserve. Say that 3 times fast. But how perfectly, you know, everything was symmetrical in a line. And that's I get it. That's good. Some people say, well, that's what you want. Okay, I get that train of thought, but folks, I like this just randomness of this jigging. It's one of those, if you know what I'm talking about. If I'm in left field, it won't be the first time. But I just think that that jigging is the star of the show. Not a real, HT, real, vibrant red. More of a what would we call that? More of a darker, more of a deeper red instead of a, Coca-Cola, real, Christmassy red. Just a muted down, just a good looking red. They call this the propeller shield with the XX in the middle. There we go. Check that out. And another thing I kind of like is they went with a kind of a minimal shield on this dude. To be honest, this would have been a candidate, in my opinion, to have no shield whatsoever. But if you're going to do one, they kind of did it kind of canted off to the side, and a small one, not a big honking one right in the middle that just, attracts your eye to the shield. Again, in this one I could have done without any shield, but they are letting the jigging kind of somewhat be the star of the show. But anyway, just see what I'm talking about. Wouldn't it? You guys may agree or disagree, but wouldn't that show side just look good if it was just like this pile and just letting that jigging speak for itself? Just my opinion, my opinion. So. If I'm in left field again, down in the comments, you guys can let me know. Going through these blades here, kind of a cool little feature on this Sowbelly is this little, on the back side, well, actually that's the show side, dummy. On the show side of this spey blade, we have a long running swedge. Check that out. I can show that there. Of course, you can see completely mirror polished. This is a brand new knife. Jason had never carried it, but just a kind of a cool feature on the Sowbelly is that on that spey blade, gave it a little window dressing with a swedge up there. Pretty cool. Next blade, good old fat, broad, fingerprint laden. Sheepsfoot. Love a sheepsfoot. Huge fan of the big fat sheepsfoot on the 75 pattern, which is one of my favorite all-time patterns. Spoiler alert, we will be doing a Case XX Mount Rushmore at some point. That's the model you probably will see again. But love me a sheepsfoot for those draw cuts, those scoring cuts. None mo better in my opinion. Obviously rope, sheepsfoot, aka rope blade. So it would be, really good for cutting ropes if that's any kind of application you need. And we will go on to the main blade, which is a pretty well, just I would say a standard clip point blade. Again, full of fingerprints on this mirror polish. And this is where they got to let us know that this is a limited edition. Okay, I'm not going to beat that to death. Tells the series down here. Limited edition, series, bunch of Roman numerals that I don't know, or, not going to sit here and try to figure out what series this is because, honestly, Jimmy Crackcorn and HT don't care. So, you guys already know what I think about the etching. That is pretty well bold and in your face. That is not minimalist. They definitely, on this main blade, wanted to let you know this is a limited edition and what series it came from. Not even going to go down that road. You've watched my channel. You know where I am on big, bold billboarding. It is what it is on this particular knife. But anyway, if you don't know, the dimensions on this guy. This is definitely not an HT biggin, because this is only 3 3/4, 3.75 inches overall closed, as we see it right here. That is enough. I will show it to you in hand. For if I'm up here on the little finger choil here, all the way choked up, I pretty much have the whole bolster showing. And if I come back, needing a little more power, again, this ain't going to be a power bruiser of a work knife, in my opinion. Can it get work done? Most anything you're going to need on the day-to-day, yes. But if I'm looking for strength and raw power, that's what I think I'm going to need for my day. A knife, of that, I'm not going to choose a Sowbelly. Probably going to choose my Lord, does HT for once in his life not have a folding hunter in front of him? Wow. But yeah, I'm probably going to get something like some type of hunter or folding hunter if I need sheer strength, raw power. But this will do, again, this will do anything you need on the, especially in any kind of urban setting, and then some, especially with the multiple blades, having the sheepsfoot blade on here, pull that out. Like I say, if you need to do some draw cutting, open some boxes, you got enough blade length here on your clip point for your, slicing. Am I going to go trying to, would this be the knife of choice to go carve a watermelon with, or, cut a big block of cheese up? Could it cut a big block of cheese? Well, maybe, but again, consider your task. Most anything. Could this cut an apple? Could this cut up a tomato? Can this whittling? Probably an outstanding up close and personal whittling knife. 90% of the things that you're going to get into in any kind of urban setting, I would have no problem having this in my pocket and using. And it's going to look darn good in the process. Come on. But anyway, that's what I got for you today. Again, shout out to Jason for another awesome trade. Keep that family in your prayers. I know I talk about them a lot. Well, they stay on my heart a lot. Jason is going through it with his port and his IV port now. You've heard me talk about it, and it's just, I know it stresses out Miss Stephanie, and she has her own health concerns, and trying to, look after her husband. And I know it's just I don't know your situation, guys, but I can only, imagine how stressful that is. I have my own health concerns and been through them, nothing to your, not comparing, we'll be comparing apples to avocados. That's not what I'm trying to do, but I get it, the stress level of, what that might be, must be. So anyway, keep those folks in your prayer. Thank you, buddy. I am very happy on my end of the trade, and there's another blade that will be coming, and probably show that one Friday. So you guys do the math on HT and Fridays, and I bet you can figure out what's coming. Anyway, we're going to get off here. Sorry I was so late this morning. Yeah, doctor's appointment. Life happens, but what does happen all the time is I love you guys. My love for my viewers, and just want to tell my appreciation and thank you guys again, especially for the condolences and the love you showed my family, Miss T, for her grandmother. We love you guys so much. So thank you for letting me come in your homes, show you a couple cool pocket knives. Go get you a Coke Zero, get you a red pocket knife. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm HT. We are out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories It's a sight to